polls at what it might take to get this general manager fired. Good morning to you. Good Tuesday morning. I'm Dejan Kovacevic of DK Pittsburgh Sports. This is Daily Shot of Pirates. It comes your way bright and early every weekday. If you're into football and or hockey, I also offer daily shots of Steelers and Penguins, the same place that you found this. Reds 7, Pirates 1 last night at PNC Park. Fourth straight loss. 17th loss in the past 21 games. I'm going to repeat that to you. 17 losses in 21 games. They're now 15-33 overall. That's 18 games under 500 in mid-May. They now have the third worst record in Major League Baseball, but probably not for long. They're only one game better than the 14-34 White Sox. Only the Rockies sit down there all by themselves at 8-39. A couple other points of order. This also represented the 24th consecutive game in which the Pirates failed to score more than 4 runs. That is a franchise record. This franchise is 144 years old. They managed all of 5 hits in the game, 4 of those against Cincinnati's struggling, otherwise, starter Nick Lodolo, who struck out 7 people in 6 innings. I'm sorry to be laughing, but this stuff is so preposterous. It really is. And the only thing that's missing from the equation, well, 2 things. One is that the Pirates starter, of course, would have pitched very well. And he did. Mitch Keller. 6 innings, 1 earned run out of 2 runs total, 5 Ks, 1 walk. Mitch, again, was just fine. Caleb Ferguson, as always, was fine right after that with a clean inning and 2 Ks. And then David Bednar and Colin Holderman came in and made a mess of things, and 2-1 turned into 7-1. The other thing, of course, that would be missing is that there would be defensive butchery, and there was. Isaiah Kiner-Falefa throwing a ball into the dugout. Tommy Pham dropping a sinking liner out into left. Listen, we can do this, okay? We can do this piecemeal every day, and you can focus on this mistake or that mistake or this at-bat with runners in scoring position, like Jared Triolo left a couple of guys on. You know why? Not because he's 0 for 15 with runners in scoring position this season. It's because he's terrible offensively. He's a 145 hitter. That doesn't mean he fails in the clutch. It just means he fails. And all of this put together is a failure of really just epic proportions when you're talking about year 6. And Ben Cherington continues to hold his job. He continues to preside over baseball operations. He continues to be, in essence, rewarded for this. Because what is a job if not a reward, right? You're getting paid for work. You're being rewarded for the work. Day after day after day. Ugly loss after ugly loss after ugly loss. If Bob Nutting thought or continues to think that by changing managers, I'm going to keep repeating that was Nutting's move, Nutting's decision, not Cherington's, that he was going to get these guys to focus and play harder. Yes, he has. I just spent the weekend with the team in Philadelphia. They are buying in. One problem, they're still not good at what they do. And the reasons that they are not good at what they do is because they were acquired in misguided ways. They were developed in misguided ways. They are instructed in misguided ways. And all of those ways point to one individual. Is Cherington the only problem? No, of course not. Nutting owns the team. Nutting hired him. He hired the wrong guy when it was down to just Cherington and Matt Arnold. That's not hindsight on my part. I publicly advocated for Arnold. Way before, by the way, he became a big success in Milwaukee. Nutting hires badly. He has a terrible system of accountability, and he doesn't, at any level of the operation, instill the urgency, the priority to win in Pittsburgh. I don't ever lose sight of that in offering commentary on Cherington or anybody else below Nutting. But he's not going anywhere. Keeping this GM on board, maybe in the naive hopes that this will just all somehow turn around because that's what Cherington's stats people keep filling Nutting's head with. It's not going to. It's not going to. There's no magic potion here, and God bless Donnie Kelly. He's not going to be it either. He's going to be a really good manager, and he could be a really good manager in Pittsburgh, but not without players. When we come back, J1Q.
If you're looking for a great dining experience, look no further than North Shore Tavern. Located directly across Federal Street from PNC Park, next door to Mike's Beer Bar, North Shore Tavern is Pittsburgh's home for steak on a stone. Enjoy your steak finished on a hot lava stone in front of you, where you ensure each piece is cooked to exactly your liking. Or try their rotating selection of entrees, hot sandwiches, salads, and burgers, all while enjoying the ambiance dedicated to the great players and history of the Pittsburgh Pirates all around you. Come see why everyone's talking about North Shore Tavern and steak on a stone.
It's Gun Storage Check Week. Help prevent unwanted access to your firearms. No one wants their unsecured gun to be used in an accident, a suicide, or a crime. Use lockboxes, safes, and locks to secure your firearms. Learn more at gunstoragecheck.org. That's gunstoragecheck.org. Brought to you by NSSF, the Firearm Industry Trade Association.
Today's J1Q comes from Mike in Beaver Falls, who says, DK, in your reporting on Ben Cherington being retained, despite the long list of reasons why he should go, you say that Bob Nutting doesn't want to disrupt baseball operations department. My question is, why not? Well, I'm sure these are fine people. They've produced absolutely nothing now in their sixth season. What's more, these are probably smart people who'd see the writing on the wall that their days are numbered. If anything, these would practically be mercy firings. They've been so awful at drafting and developing, I'm pretty sure just uploading a sampling of draft rankings into ChatGPT would produce a more productive draft than any of their last 5. Bob needs to quit delaying the inevitable and get a new GM in here ASAP. I can't disagree with a single syllable of that, Mike. I just can't. I'm not sure I can word it better than you did, to be honest. They've had a couple of draft hits, but their overall drafts aren't considered to be good at all by industry standards, and they're considered to be close to catastrophic when it comes to hitting. And I say close to just because Connor Griffin looks like he could end up being a really fine pick over time, unless, of course, they ruin him developmentally as well. But to your question, which does get to what I reported based on my conversation with Nutting a few days ago at PNC Park, why not now? Rather than repeating his stance, because you've already heard it and I've said it here several times, that he does feel like it would be disruptive to this season somehow turning itself around, I actually don't care. Here's why I say that. My feeling is that the Pirates as an organization gain by getting themselves their new general manager as swiftly as possible. Now, I say that within the big, nasty context that swiftly has to be accompanied by smartly. Give them credit for this much. They did come really close to getting the right guy last time. It was down to 2 people, and they chose the wrong one. But let's say, just throwing this out there, that Cherington gets fired, today. And Nutting installs, as he's done in the past, somebody to function as interim. I've put forth that it could be Kevin Graves because he was Nutting's choice to do that in 2019. He's been in the Pirates front office as long as Nutting's been the majority owner, going back to 2007. Trustworthy, functional, can hold the fort down, could oversee a draft if needed. Steve Sanders runs that anyway, the assistant GM. But you fire Cherington now, and then you start with your search. You start now. Now, if you say, well, you're not going to be able to get somebody else's GM, they're not going to do that anyway. The people that you end up looking to in these processes are almost always going to be assistant GMs or people holding other executive positions. Matt Arnold, I've referenced a couple times already, was an assistant GM in Milwaukee. There are assistant GMs with really good teams, with really smart teams who would love this job. Want to know why? Because there are only 30 of them on the planet. And no matter how awesome they are at their current jobs, if their respective teams are also good, they're not going to move up. There's only so much ceiling in these vocations. Go get that individual. Go find them. Do it now. Take a full month if you have to. Take several weeks. Doesn't matter. The benefit of doing that, in addition to sending the very, very, very sharp signal to all concerned, including, the public, that you're serious, is that this new GM can come in and observe the people that are already here. See what they have. See what they do. Don't find out about it from somebody else. Don't read about it. Don't take gossip about it. Just come in and watch. Watch. If there are legitimately people in the building, whether it's 115 Federal, whether it's the scouts, whether it's the international people, let that person decide with the best possible information. Same thing goes for decisions related to the players. John Sherholtz, the legendary general manager in Atlanta, once wrote that the most important talent that you have to evaluate as a GM is your own. That's never left me. I've never forgotten that in assessing these guys. If you're a GM who trades Jose Bautista for a third-string, soon-to-be out-of-baseball catcher, you haven't followed that rule. Are all of the players that you have in place, are they all disasters? Is Henry Davis salvageable? How can anybody get Brian Hayes to hit the ball a little higher into the air and change his launch angle? Let this new GM find that out and let him do so with his own set of eyes. I appreciate the question. Good one there. I appreciate everybody listening to Daily Shot of Pirates. We're going to do another one of these tomorrow.